Good evening and welcome to the last Sunset News of the year on Friday, the 23rd of December. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Ashwin Berry. In the news tonight, incumbent Fisheries Minister Derek Claassen said he is not aware of government intentions to reverse the amendments made to the Marine Resources Act, which is believed to have given birth to the so-called fish rot scandal. The scandal, in short, involved the illegal diversion of fishing quotas to an Icelandic fishing company Samherji in return for the payment of millions of dollars in bribes. In 2020, shortly after the arrest of Esau and his co-accused, including former Justice Minister Saki Shangala, in the fish rot bribery scandal, then acting Fisheries Minister Albert Kawana told the media that the law will be changed to rectify what went wrong in the past. However, his successor Claassen said he is not aware of these plans, and according to him, the law was created for a specific reason, which is to allow cabinets to make specific entities such as fish score designated bodies to which fishing quotas for governmental objectives can be allocated. According to him, before the controversial amendments, the fisheries minister was already empowered to allocate fishing quotas based on recommendations made. I have a different story to tell, so we can speak at a more opportune time. It is not so simple. You have to do research about this, said Claassen. President Hage Geingob may have pocketed about 3 million Namibian dollars in subsistence and travel SNT allowances from 19 foreign trips he undertook this year. Geingob spent 8 trips, saying there are 74 days out of the country. Investments and to represent this payout is the highest made from travels since the Namibian began tracking his traveling when he became president 7 years ago. He raked in 2.4 million Namibian dollars in his first year. Among others, the president made 3 trips this year to Qatar. Qatar has partnered with a junior exploration company linked to Geingob's close friend Knowledge Kati. Geingob supporters have over the years defended the president's penchant for foreign trips, saying they are meant to attract global investments and to represent Namibia abroad. However, critics branded the trips a waste of public funds for a president who already earns an untaxed 1.7 million Namibian dollars per year, which is more than 141,600 Namibian dollars per month. All of Geingob's living expenses are paid by the state. Political analyst Henning Mauber says Geingob should submit a balance sheet outlining the benefits of his international trips to ordinary Namibians. Alfredo Hengari said since becoming president, Geingob has been donating 60,000 Namibian dollars every month from his salary to needy communities in the country, including assisting young Namibians with further studies. According to him, the 60,000 Namibian dollars is used to help communities at Otavi, Oshuarongo and Grootfontein with food and other necessities. Water supply to Walvis Bay, including Langstrand, will be rationed daily from 22 December to 18 January 2023 between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. This is due to ongoing water production and supply challenges experienced by NamWater. NamWater's acting head of the business unit Coastal Franz Ihuahua said the challenges have led to NamWater requesting the Walvis Bay municipality to employ water demand management strategies. One of the water demand management strategies being proposed by NamWater is for the municipality to introduce water rationing measures in order to help mitigate any potential water shortages and associated risks. Now, this is what he said, the augmentation and supply of the Dorop South and High Dune Rooibank B borehole schemes are not yet fully operationalized. Water supply is currently pumped from the Swartbank and Rooibank B schemes, which are the most reliable sources. These upstream supply insufficiencies require that as a matter of urgency, NamWater as well as the municipality implement a proactive measure of water rationing in order to ensure an uninterrupted water supply to the greater town community. Municipality of Walvis Bay spokesperson Cathy Shea said water rationing will also affect Swakopmund as the water supply systems to the 2 towns are interlinked. During this period, the water supply will be reduced by approximately 65% from NamWater and will therefore result in less water available for the town. The European Research Council has awarded a synergy grant named Black Holistic of 14 million euros to a team of Dutch, British, Finnish and Namibian astronomers to make color movies of black holes. According to Forum Online, a news site of the University of Namibia, the team will build the first ever African millimeter wave radio telescope in Namibia to achieve their goal. The telescope will take part in the global event Horizon Telescope Network that became famous for making the first image of a black hole. The new grant will help to transform transform this network from making still images towards making movies and to understand black holes across the entire universe. Over the course of 6 years, astronomers Heino Falk of Radboud University, Sarah Markov of University of Amsterdam, Rob Fender of Oxford University will conduct research on black holes from different perspectives. Africa's first millimeter wave telescope will be located or near Gamsberg Mountain in the Comas Highlands. The lead investigators will work together with partners in Namibia and Finland. Researchers at UNAM will support the construction and operation of the AMT. They will also support the implementation of a social impact plan which focuses on skills and knowledge development in science and engineering in Namibia. In our community talk segment, the police in the Omusati region have arrested 8 Bangladesh nationals suspected of being victims of human trafficking. Stay with us. In tonight's community talk, the police in the Omusati region have arrested 8 Bangladesh nationals suspected of being victims of human trafficking. The 8 were arrested at Verda Gate in Kunene region earlier this month. Omusati Police Commissioner Ismail Basson confirmed the arrest to the Namibian yesterday. Basson said the 8 appeared in the Otapi Magistrates Court on charges of entering the country illegally last Thursday and paid a fine of 5,000 Namibian dollars on Sunday. We suspect they were being trafficked, but it is not confirmed yet, he said. According to Basson, the 8 were Hassan Mehedi, Islam Sarifu, Shanadao Islam, Rari Santon, Mia Sahid, MD Anamu Hossein, Ali Mohammed, and Elias Ankanda. Basson said it was not clear how and why they came to Namibia. According to a source close to the matter, the 8 entered Namibia from Angola through an entry point at Etai in the Omusati region. This is reportedly not the only group of alleged trafficking victims, as another group of 8 has been arrested in the region. However, this was not made public. They are trafficked from Dubai and brought to Angola, where they were provided with fake Angolan visas. They were being trafficked to South Africa, where they were going to be used for cheap labor, and we suspect they may be used as rebels and for rituals, the source says. The arrested victims are reportedly emaciated and were on painkillers at the time of arrest. Stay with us as we take a look at highlights from the NTV team during the year in our story of the day after the break.
NMH Ad 1 brings you news from all across Namibia. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact nmh1@synergy.com.na. NMH Ad 1, your lunchtime news companion.
So as we said, this is the last sunset news from throughout the year, and there were news stories that simply stood out for us. Let's have a look at the NTV breaking news highlights from 2022.
In the digital age we currently find ourselves in, all we really want to do is be able to work from here, and then maybe from here, and definitely from here. Now, digital nomad is the buzzword in the working industry, and now, finally, Namibia is offering a digital nomad visa for those wanting to come visit and work in our beautiful country. Today, we look at the Central Procurement Board of Namibia that reported on its activities for the past 6 months, ending in September this year. According to their acting chairman and the head of the administration, 37 companies have been awarded government tenders with 1.44 billion Namibian dollars. Let's have a look.
What we want to do is to make sure that the public out there knows what the Central Procurement Board is doing throughout the year and how we are carrying out our mandate.
So what we are going to present here today will just focus on a period of 6 months. That's from April to end of September. The new act, which has been promulgated with effect from the 7th of October, has now made provision for reconsiderations. So any bidder who is not happy will first have to come back to us. We do the reconsiderations, and if we confirm the decisions and he's still not happy, then we can go to the review panel. But the distinctions that I want to make is that there is a distinction between Central Procurement Board and the review panel. The same as well with policy unit. The policy unit is also established in terms of Public Procurement Act, but its mandate is in oversight and ensuring compliance to the Act, and also to advise the ministers on policy matters.
The Ondangwa Town Council employees who striked earlier today demanding a 10% increase. Now earlier the union and the Town Council did agree on a 10% increase, but the ministry only approved a 3% increase. Let's take a look.
Yes, my name is Nelson Hitaunapo, the Napu Northern Regional Coordinator, responsible for operations in the northern part of the country. The workers that are standing here this morning are on strike because of the increment of salaries, which the council and the union agree for 10%. However, the ministry only approved a 3%, and the workers are not in agreement, and therefore they have taken the option to go for industrial action. Majority of Ondangwa employees are on strike. The only people that we did not see on this strike is the management, including those who are on leave. We cannot anticipate until when. We are still waiting for the management to call us for engagement, and once we are engaged and we are happy with the offer, the strike will end.
Next, we look at the fact that poverty remains rampant in Namibia, with about 25% of Namibians living in shacks, according to the 2019-2021 census mapping report that was released by the Namibia Statistics Agency today. At about 41.1%, Khomas has the highest number of improvised housing units. About 53% of households in Namibia use wood fire as the main source of energy for cooking, with a shocking 31% of the households making use of electricity from mains. Nearly 43% of households countrywide have no toilet facilities and are forced to use the bush, riverbeds and fields. And finally, we look at some community news from earlier in December of an initiative between Charatari and Nankuse.
Unilever and Oneuptwo Trading delivered 100 tons worth of dry food and goods in Windhoek for Charitary and the Nankuse Lifeline Clinic to distribute to vulnerable communities.
Today, my name is Argo Horn, Operations Director for Oneuptwo Trading. As mentioned, this is a collaborative effort that we've been working on for many months, so today is a very joyous day. It's festive season around us. Giving, it's something that everybody talks about, but when it actually needs to happen, there's very few. So we're very privileged, and we consider this a privilege to be standing here, to be able to assist and share with our fellow Namibians and create something that will continue to be a vehicle to share with the less fortunate.
Headlining our economic news after the break, Africa has the potential to produce €1 trillion worth of green hydrogen by the year 2035. Stay with us.
Flex is your health and fitness show that focuses on the health of the mind, body and spirit. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact zone@synergy.com.na.
Heading into economic news, Africa has the potential to produce €1 trillion worth of green hydrogen a year by 2035, allowing it to export the fuel and boost local industry, according to a study backed by the European Investment Bank. By harnessing the world's best solar energy source, a number of countries on the continent would produce the fuel, which is made by splitting water using renewable energy at a cost of fewer than €2 a kilogram by 2030. The EIB and its partners, the African Union and the International Solar Alliance, said in a report released on Wednesday. Demand for clean burning fuel is surging as the world looks for alternatives to climate warming fossil fuels and as Europe seeks to lessen its dependence on Russian natural gas. Supplier researchers assume that fuel will be produced in 3 major hubs on the continent: Egypt, a northwestern hub of Morocco and Mauritania, and a southern African hub of Namibia and South Africa. While plans to produce the fuel are most advanced in those nations, a number of other countries ranging from Algeria to Nigeria and Mozambique have the potential to start production, they said, which has proved unreliable due to the political tension created by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Let's have a look at the economic indicators. The Namibian dollar is up next to the British pound and the euro, but trading down next to the US dollar and Chinese yuan. 17.06 Namibian dollars gets you $1. Looking at commodities, gold and Brent crude oil closed on upsurges of 0.26% and 1.63% respectively, whilst copper took a dip of 0.99% and zinc also took a dip of 3.28%. In international news, Donald Trump is accused of multi-party conspiracy over the 6th January insurrection in the USA. Stay with us. The congressional panel investigating last year's attack on the U.S. Capitol has accused former President Donald Trump of a multi-party conspiracy to overturn his election defeat 3 months earlier. The panel has released its final 845-page report on the attack. It places the blame for the 6th January 2021 storming of Congress squarely on the former president. It also recommends barring Mr. Trump from public office in the future. He did not cooperate with the panel and declared the final report a witch hunt after its release. Over 18 months, the committee held 10 public hearings and interviewed more than 1,000 witnesses, including Trump administration officials and staff, Trump family members, Capitol police officers, rioters, militia members, and more. On Monday, the panel of 7 Democrats and 2 Republicans recommended the Justice Department investigate Mr. Trump, who is mounting another White House campaign for aiding an insurrection and 3 other federal crimes. The Democratic chairman of the Select Committee, Benny Thompson of Mississippi, wrote in a foreword to the 8th chapter report that it was once unimaginable the President of the United States would incite a mob to march on the Capitol. You are still with Sunset News. Your weather follows shortly. Now, let's head straight into the weather for the next 2 days. Looking at Katima Mulilo, it is partly cloudy with a maximum of 33 degrees. Windhoek can expect some thunderstorms and a minimum of 17 degrees. This is on Saturday. Looking at the coast, it is a double 20 maximum for Henties and Swakopmund, whilst Luderitz, Ariansvlei and Oranjemund are all partly cloudy. Now, let's have a look at the Sunday predictions. Katima Mulilo, once again, 18-degree minimum, whilst Rundu and Enana are sunny with 36 and 34-degree maximums. Windhoek is sunny once again with a 34-degree maximum. Swakopmund is partly cloudy with a 19-degree maximum. Rehoboth and Mariento are 13 degrees and 16-degree maximums, whilst being sunny. In the sports section tonight, we take a look at Republican reports that FNB Rehoboth Rugby Club has named prop forward Carl Willem Vreegang as its Sportsman of the Year at its recently held year-end function. So going straight into it, Republican reports that FNB Rehoboth Rugby Club has named prop forward Carl William Freyhang as its Sportsman of the Year at its recently held year-end function. Rehoboth's first team made the semi-final of the Namibia Rugby Union Premier League this season, while his second team and women's team both reached the final of the Reserve League and the Women's League respectively. The club's Sportswoman of the Year award went to fullback Whitney Daniels. The Vodacom Bulls have reverted to their strongest available squad, bringing back all their stalwarts as they head to Cape Town to face the DHL Stormers in their Vodacom United Rugby Championship clash on Friday. Sal Brink moves into a powerful loose trio alongside Springboks Marco van Staden and Erin Lowe, while Ruan Nokia returns to captain the side alongside his namesake Ruan. Now, sprinter Mark Otieno has been officially suspended for 2 years for doping by the Athletics Integrity Unit, an independent body created in 2017 by the IAAF. Otieno, a three-time Kenyan 100-meter champion, had tested positive for the anabolic steroid methasterone during the last Olympics in July 2021 in Tokyo. That brings us to the end of our sports stories. Your highlights follow shortly.
Kom kuier gerus elke Vrydag aand saam met Arjougar, waar hy vooruitskouing doen van wat op die sportvelde reg oor die wêreld gaan plaasvind. Daar word op die naweek se top internasionale sportgeleenthede gefokus en plaaslike sport in Namibië asook Suid-Afrika word in oënskou geneem. Die kenners praat saam en huidige asook oud spelers gee hul mening en ons hoor grootlik sommer uit die spreekwoordelike perd se bek. Niemand weet met sekerheid wat die naweek op die sportveld gaan gebeur nie, maar iemand weet wel watter faktore die uitslae kan beïnvloed. Ons praat met daardie iemand wat weet, en soms word geheim ook uitgelaat. Vrydaande is ons in die tonnel gereed om uit te draf. Dit is jou Vrydag afspraak wat jou ingelig gaan hou voordat die spelers uit die tonnel opdraf. Sport is ons passie. Sien jou in die tonnel.
The Evening Review is a daily interview-based talk show that dissects and expounds on current affairs as they occur in Namibia. The show aims at reaching Namibians of all age groups who seek better understanding of the state of current affairs in the country. This show is broadcasted on NTV, Oneuptwo.com, and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: Namibian Sun and Namibia Media Holdings. The Evening Review focuses on interviews, latest news, and up-to-the-minute current events. Contact Evening at synergy.com.na. Evening Review, unpacking today's pertinent issues.
Heading into the highlights from this evening's broadcast, incumbent Fisheries Minister Derek Clausen said he is not aware of government intentions to reverse the amendments made to the Marine Resources Act, which is believed to have given birth to the fish rot scandal. President Hage Geingob may have pocketed about $3 million Namibian in subsistence and travel allowances from 19 foreign trips he undertook this year. Sprinter Mark Otieno has been officially suspended for 2 years for doping by the Athletics Integrity Unit, an independent body created in 2017 by the IAAF. And with that, we have come to the end of the final Sunset News broadcast for the year. Make sure you join Sunset News next year on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, Oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on Dstv 285, Gotv 94, every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. My name is Ashwin Berry. Have a wonderful, wonderful festive season.